Ask Misty is from someone who wants to know how to deal with rudeness and a shady audience. This entertainer just finished doing a show where no one clapped for her and no one cheered for her. And she said the worst part was that it was a small bar and everyone just stared at her. Okay. Now, I'm trying to imagine reasons why nobody would cheer for you or clap. And the first thing that comes to mind is that you're probably a brand new entertainer and nobody knows you. The second is if you're a brand new entertainer, and this is a very common problem that I have witnessed from first-time girls. And I'm not saying this is you, because I don't know you, but oftentimes, and even me, the first time I ever did drag, it was for Halloween. And there was a Halloween costume contest in 1998 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and one of their costume contest categories was Best Drag Queen. I thought I should have won that contest. I felt gorgeous. I felt amazing. I felt beautiful. But I want you to know that that picture has been burnt. The first time I ever did drag, in fact, most of the pictures from the first year I did drag have been burnt. Because they are horrendous. Actually, I think there might be one in a random photo album just to keep me grounded, to remember that I started somewhere too. Needless to say, I was a hot mess. But I thought I was amazing. So amazing I should have won. And I think that's a very common fault of the first-time crossdresser. Especially if they do their own makeup or if a real girl does their makeup. They probably look a hot mess too. So they feel gorgeous and they feel amazing, but they look busted. But they show up to the club, and I do agree, attitude is everything. You show up and you think, wow, I'm amazing, I'm fierce, I'm going to sell this dress, which is good, but when the rest of the bar notices that, wow, she's done drag never before, and she thinks she's Miss Universe, a lot of times the bar will step back and be like, what is her problem? Now, assuming that that is not your situation, I can't really think of a reason the entire room would just stare at you and not clap. Unless you just didn't pick an entertaining song. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple things real quick. If you can take constructive criticism, the first thing I would do after that show would be walk up to someone in the audience or the bartender or someone, the show director or the queen after you or before you, and be like, wow, what did I do wrong? And phrase it that way, because you're automatically admitting guilt. You're letting them know, I'm not perfect, and I obviously messed up. Tell me what to do so I can do it better next time. Now, you're going to open yourself up to criticism. If people look at 90% of the people will just be polite and say, oh, whatever. Rarely will you get someone that really lets you know what's going on. Ooh, you didn't know the words to your song, your lip sync is horrible, you have no makeup on, your hair is a disaster, you don't know how to dance, you can't walk in heels, your clothes look like they're Walmart clothes. I don't know, there's numerous reasons. Now, let's assume that you're a seasoned entertainer and you're in a new bar. Now, I've seen this happen a lot of times. A new girl shows up from out of town. Let's say someone's visiting you from Burkesville, Kentucky to Fort Lauderdale and they've never heard of her before. That girl is going to have to prove herself, especially if the MC introduces her as a title holder. A lot of times, new girls have come up to me and said, hey, can I do your show? I'm the current reigning Miss Washington, D.C., and I was Miss New Jersey last year, and I'm this, that, this, that. Well, can I tell you a secret? You don't have to be talented to be a pageant winner. You don't have to be beautiful to be a pageant winner. You could be the only contestant in the pageant and still have won. I know lots of girls that have been the only contestant and won the pageant. Not only that, but I know girls that have made up titles just because they want to be fierce. Now, if you do that, and the MC is like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Miss Universe 2010, you better be amazing. If you walk out there and you're like, having a title alone is not going to win you an applause. It's not going to win you tips. It's not going to win you anything. And when you get a fierce introduction, the audience is going to have a higher expectation. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But if you're from out of town, no matter what, I think that your first number on that stage needs to be one of your best. It needs to be super funny or super dancey or super amazing. Whatever your strong suit is, put it on and turn the party. Because after your first number, if you've gained that audience's respect, the second number, they're going to like you even if you only give a half-assed performance. So, but how do I deal with rudeness? Everyone gets rejected. Everyone. Even me. Even Miss Universe, you know, and the dealing with rejection part is what makes you a strong human. You know, being rejected can only make you stronger, and it makes you try harder. You know, you go home and you go to the dressing room and you're like, what did I do wrong? Ugh, I'm never doing that song again. Or, ugh, why did I try this wig on? I hate it. Or whatever. But then again, that also plays into asking the audience's feedback. What did I do wrong? What can I do different? How can I become better? And that's the only thing I could suggest. You know, learn, like when you enter a beauty pageant, if you don't win, you have to go home and study the video and study the other girls and ask people that were there with you, how can I do better? And then you learn from your mistakes and you come back the next year bigger, better, and stronger. And hope that you're the strongest competitor, because if you're not going to win the pageant. So, I hope I answered your question. You're never going to be the most popular girl in the world. You're never going to be the most popular drag queen in the bar. You're never going to be the most popular entertainer. There's always going to be somebody else. But you just have to try your hardest to gain their respect and earn their applause and their money. Think outside the box when you're picking your music. Try to do something completely different. If you, I mean, I don't know where you lived or what you did, but let's assume that the bar you were working at is a show bar. And let's say they have shows 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week. Now, if you go to a show bar and you do a famous top 40 song, like let's say you did Kelly Rowland's Commander, and you go out there and you like, oh, this is a new song, everyone's going to like it, right? Well, what you might not know is, last night somebody did the same song. And the night before, somebody did the same song. And the night before that, someone did the same song. So the audience could be sick and tired of Commander. Or the girl that did Kelly Rowland Commander last night could have turned it upside down and did an amazing job. High kicks, cartwheels, splits in a fierce Commander outfit. And then you come out there in like a cute little real girl fish outfit. And the audience was like, really? Really? Does she not know that last night so-and-so turned the party? And that's not your fault. There's many scenarios you have to deal with and or focus on in this situation. But my most important advice to you is don't let it get you down. If you want to entertain, entertain. But learn from your mistakes and know that no matter what, you'll never be the most amazing, you'll never be the prettiest, you'll never be the most talented, and you always have something to learn and you always have room to grow. And once you keep growing and keep striving to be the best, one day you're going to get pretty darn close. Anyways, that was an Ask Misty. And next time you go to that bar, you're going to have to hold your head up high and be like, you know what? You didn't like me last week or last month or last time I was here, but I'm going to turn it this week. Alright, babe. I look forward to your next question. Talk to you soon.